the worst day was the confirmation that I had cancer. That was probably the worst day. And again, the worst day because you just look at the people that you love and go, oh God, I can't believe I have to tell them this, you know?
Shannen was emotional when we sat down with her in 2016. It was after her breast cancer diagnosis, and she was open about everything, all of it. The chemo, the headscarf she wore because of the hair loss, and the newfound appreciation for every single moment.
I'm present and more in the moment than I ever have been in my life. And I'm just thankful and feel blessed that, like, I have today.
Shannen felt especially blessed for her friendship with actress Sarah Michelle Gellar. They sat down for an intimate conversation, Sarah serving as ET's special correspondent.
What's the most important thing that you want people to know about you?
Oh,
I'm gonna throw you a curveball right at
I mean, yeah, you definitely just threw one right at me. I don't know, I think that, like, that I'm good. I love it when people say, you know, we're praying for you and everything else, but I'm doing better than okay. I'm doing well. Like, I feel strong and healthy and confident and happy.
And is that why you chose to share your diagnosis?
I mean, the original reason why I chose to share the diagnosis was it was gonna come up anyway, and it is my story. So I wanted to come out with it. But since then, the more that I share, I also want people to not hear stage 4 cancer and think of the person that going into hospice and they can't work, and you get written off so quickly. I'm able to work a 16, 18-hour day.
Shannen was beloved by her fans.
No, I'm not okay. You've turned me into a witch.
Charmed, Heather's 90210.
Brandon, it's not that bad.
Shannen lit up the screen, and in a way, she kind of grew up right in front of us.
If it's not fun for me anymore, then I'm getting out of it.
This was Shannen's first interview with E.T. back in 1982. She was just 11 years old, a child actress who had appeared on Little House on the Prairie.
Gonna go swimming?
She was a teenager when we talked to her in 1988, a young role model, advising other kids to say no to drugs and alcohol.
If I can help one kid, then it'll be all worthwhile. I mean, who wants to be that much out of control? I know in my personal life, I like to be in control of myself at all times.
I was raised to be very, very strong and with a lot of morals and a lot of values.
I did say no. I think it's all because of the way my parents raised me. I think they did a wonderful job, and I think that they instilled those values into me.
Shannen got her big break that same year as part of a mean girl clique in the 80s cult classic, Heathers.
Jealous much?
2 years later, another iconic role, Brenda Walsh on 90210.
I think what'll make the show interesting is that they seem to be concentrating on a family that's moving out here. And then they have these other characters that are coming into it that have all the different pressures of everything else. I think that the show can really skyrocket and give the audience something else to look at besides the same old thing that they're watching every Thursday night. It's all about a teamwork. You know, it's all about this group of people that get together and go, we want this show to be a hit, and we're gonna work hard and stay together to make it a hit. And I think that's very important.
That hard work paid off, and in 90210's second season, the teenage drama became a big hit.
We're not one of those typical shows that it's like everything ends on a happy note at the end of the show and everybody's got the perfect life.
The show often tackled tough issues. Ironically, on one episode, Shannen's character has a breast cancer scare.
So I did the test and I thought that I felt something.
Where?
Here. I'm very big on being a little bit controversial and really getting into issues. And as much as we can get away with, I think that we should.
We were picked up for 2 more seasons and we're all very excited.
Shannen was on the show for 4 seasons. She moved on to Charmed, where for 3 years she played the eldest of 3 sisters with magical powers.
It's actually been exactly what I expected, which is fun mixed with a lot of hard work. At least my idea is to do the best show possible and put out the best show possible.
You could see that work ethic when Shannen first opened up about her cancer battle. She shared her fight as an inspiration to others.
I think my message to any of you going through anything similar is to stay strong, have faith, and really lean on the people that love you and support you, and I don't know, not be afraid to be vulnerable.
Then a bright spot. Shannen's cancer was in remission.
I stand here to support doctors like him who need more funding for research. I stand here to support every single person who has cancer. And I stand here to also support, you know, the husbands and the family that has to go through it, because it's not just me and it's not just people who have cancer, it's the families too that go through it, that it's very hard on.
Before her split from photographer Kurt Izworianko, Shannen posted this tribute. He had been a rock for the star, and she told us how he was at home waiting for her after her diagnosis.
He was standing in the driveway and just, you know, hugged me and was like, we're gonna get through this. Like, you're gonna be okay. We're gonna get through this. You're strong and you're, you know, powerful, and you're not going anywhere. You have so much more to do in your life. He's like, we're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through it as a family.
Shannen felt better, started working again, and appeared in Fox's 90210 reboot.
I don't think there was any big defining moment where we read it and said, oh, look at what we're doing. It was constantly like on the fly, going forward, and kind of sometimes going, I hope that worked.
Shannen said that before filming began, her cancer returned, and now it was at stage 4 and had spread to her lymph nodes and bones. Shannen said she sensed a shift in how people reacted to her.
They look at you like you're dead man walking, basically, and that they need to say their goodbyes to you or something. And also, work dries up. I enjoy working, and working gives me just another reason to wake up every morning. It's another reason to, you know, fight to stay alive.
I know you were originally hesitant to do the reboot, and I know that there might have been someone sitting right here that really also forced you to do it because they wanted to see you in it. What are your thoughts on just the reboot in general? And
you're right, I didn't want to do it. I have my own reasons for not wanting to do it. One of them is I've played the character so many times.
Don't you want people to know that we mattered?
I say we do it.
Less is more sometimes. So I was just a little trepidatious, and someone very important to me passed away.
You want to come along?
And I got my diagnosis, and it was all sort of within a couple of months together, and it just made me give pause and rethink it. And yes, it was a way to honor Luke, which was important to me, but it was also a way to honor my cancer family by saying, hey, yeah, like nobody's gonna know, but at least when it comes out that I have stage 4, I will have been able to say, yes, but I worked throughout it. I mean, I do kind of miss this.
I was just about to say that. So I had so many friends that were crew members, and everyone kept saying, oh my goodness, Shannen is the most professional. She just, like, these hours were so long. And I was like, yep, that's my girl. That's my girl.
It's actually kind of nice to be back.
Shannen says she was glad she made the decision to reunite with her 90210 family.
90% of everything that came out of my mouth was improv. None of it was scripted.
I can attest to that.
Brian and I were, and Ian too, we were all sort of just improving. And to have that freedom that everybody allowed us to have, I can actually say, like, that was an excellent experience to actually be in a show where you can just sort of improv and be that creative and free.
After the bright spot of the reboot, a harsh disappointment, Shannen told fans the cancer had spread to her brain. She shared the diagnosis in an emotional video.
That's the hard part, Shannen said.
The actress had tears in her eyes as she received radiation therapy.
Everybody's terminal. It's imperative that you keep on top of things.
Open your mouth wide.
Shannen was also fitted with this radiation mask, which kept her head still during treatment.
I wish I could do it for her.
Shannen also filed for divorce from her husband after 11 years of marriage. And another challenge, Shannen said she lost her SAG-AFTRA health insurance. She told ET the stigma of her diagnosis prevented her from finding work.
You get written off so quickly, even though you're still vital and healthy and happy and wanting to, you know, go out there and work. As somebody with cancer, you want to constantly put it out there that, you know, you're still hireable, you're still employable, and that oftentimes for people like myself, it's the work that helps drive us.
Through it all, Shannen tried to stay upbeat. On Instagram, she shared this touching cartoon. Charlie Brown tells Snoopy, "We only live once." Snoopy replies, "Wrong. We only die once. We live every day.
I'm just thankful and feel blessed that I have today.
I think the thing I want to do the most right now is I want to make an impact. And I want to be remembered for something bigger than just me.
I'm like one day at a time at this point, and today is a great day.
As long as I can look in the mirror and be satisfied with who I am as a person and know that my karma is good and that, you know, I'm a nice person, that's all that's ever been really important to me.